welcome to the show with Joe. I'm Joe. Um, yeah, quick release episode. I did an episode last week and I just woke up, so just felt the need because just like everybody else, I've been perusing the Epstein files because I feel like it's not really being covered by anybody other than like YouTubers and like TikTokers and things like that. But there's so much stuff in this that every path leads you down some dark hole. Like, for example, yesterday it came out that jerky was being said a lot, and a lot of people think that that has to do with people eating kids. I know that's a shock line to start the episode, but if you type in jerky, there's a lot of weird stuff like freezing jerky. Not sure why you would need to freeze jerky. People like asking to get it shipped places. But I'm going to do my own rendition of my own dark little rabbit hole I stumbled upon. So, not quite as fun as the other episodes, but still, I just like to cover anything interesting. So this looks pretty interesting. So I know that's a lot of tabs up here. I'm going to try to run through it pretty good here, but trust me, it gets a little weird. If you're not caught up on all this stuff, I mean, there's everything from basically, if you haven't watched it or looked at it at all, it's all of Jeffrey Epstein's emails, including like ads. So you'll see like ads in there, like if he signed up for Spotify, so like you'll see like Spotify ads of like different bands and stuff, like with new albums coming out. But then you'll also see his personal emails. You'll see personal texts. You'll see articles he sent to people. Like it's everything you can think of, and it's not just him. It's political people. There's a there's a crown prince, I believe, on there. I mean, everybody from every news outlet on the right and left. It's bigger than that. He's just basically the whole thing is he's they call him a node. People are coming up with that term to use for him, where he's just like the connector. So like if you need something, then this guy is where you get it. I know this guy, I'm the middleman. And in between all of this like connecting of all of the powerful people or influential people, in between all of that is the island where some sketchy stuff happens, and it seems performative, like you making like gullible political people feel like they're doing something, like they're part of like their own little special group, and do rituals like kill people and kids and eat kids and do things to kids that are awful. That's what it was. I think it was just a facade to make rich people feel like they're part of something that isn't, that is just like a nothing thing. Like I like not a nothing thing, but like a facade of what it actually is. It's a finance guy who's a creep who knows everybody and wants to get in touch with everybody, which is all across the file. So I'm just going to get right into it here. That was a little background of the whole situation. And it's definitely not nothing. Let me just say that again. I don't know why I said that. It's not nothing. This is like, I just can't believe all of this stuff just happens over email. It's like super sloppy. Because it's just like the arrogance to like talk about this kind of stuff over an email in code words, as if people can't just look up your code words. It sounds insane. Like I feel insane talking about this, like code words and stuff. Just type in pizza. Just type on the Epstein files. This is all on the government website. This is released on the government website through the Epstein files. You can type in any word and it'll show you every single thing associated with that word, or type that word. So you can go down some pretty deep rabbit holes. Prominently on there, it's Jeffrey Epstein, obviously. Ghislaine Maxwell, obviously. But then you have like Woody Allen is all over this. Like, there's thousands of emails between the two. Like, he's like a main conversationist, a friend. He meets up with them all the time. It seems like he's involved in a lot of this stuff. And I haven't really looked up Woody Allen's stories a little bit before my time, but I know he's a director, and I know he like married his stepdaughter who was underage, and then moved to Paris, and he's like disgraced in America, but still makes movies. And I think it's Paris. Um, and oddly enough, Jeffrey Epstein talks about on here quite a bit that he goes to Paris, so it's probably meeting up with Woody over there. But then Woody's also in Florida sometimes, so I don't really know what the whole deal with that is. So, but let me get into it. This is an email. This is first one on here is an email that I found of. I think it's a good starting point to the story I'm going to show you here. It's from Dr. Henry Jarecki. Uh, oh, to from. So from Jeffrey Epstein. Interesting. I thought that this was the doctor to Jeffrey, and I just realized it's from Jeffrey. But what I thought this was going to be was a good examination of the doctor on Jeffrey Epstein. But let's read it anyway because it's a pretty good personification of Jeffrey Epstein from what I can tell. So this is how arrogant Jeffrey Epstein is to a doctor, by the way. As your memory seems compromised, I think you should consider the option that it is your behavior that drives everyone away. They are ready for love, others are ready to be friends, other business associates. Tried as they might, and though you talk a good game, they are treated to selfish, cheap, intrusive actions. The result has to be what has been, and then poisons the water for future candidate as the reputation becomes widespread. You drive away these girls, they start out open to a love relation, and then you torture and mistreat each. And then I guess take comfort in the fact that you were right not to think it's possible. That is a scathing email to somebody, but I mean, especially with the word torture in here, I thought for sure this was Jeffrey because there's email after email of him talking to these girls overseas. I guess he was like a recruiter for Victoria's Secret at one point. But yeah, I mean, I think that's a pretty good start here. What's next? I have these pinned, so you got to bear with me. I got to unpin them as I go and then X off. Ignore that. Yeah, I guess so. The first section is going to be torture stuff, so I typed in torture, and this is what came up. Where are you? Are you okay? I love the torture video. This is the one that everybody is talking about right now. Not sure who it's to, but Asmongold covered this yesterday. Where are you? Are you okay? I love the torture video. Like, that's an insane sentence to send to somebody. I can't imagine any context which this is good. Where are you? Are you okay? Again, why would you email that? Number one. That's as if like you just straight up lost somebody. Where are you? Are you okay? Potentially, like, or were they doing something that you knew about? Then you haven't heard from them. And then I love the torture video. Okay, I mean, someone sent him a torture video that he liked. Real creepy. 2009. This is before the iPhone, if you can believe that. All right, so leading off of that, from Jeffrey E. This is his email if you want to look, jeevacation@gmail.com, pretty creepy, to Anders Serrano, 2018. 1. Madonna on the way. 2. Instead of torture photo, maybe a portrait of me instead. 3. Presentation of Trumpville. Madonna on the way. Instead of a torture photo, maybe a portrait of me. So they had a torture photo they were going to hang or paint and then put a portrait of him anyway. Instead, presentation of Trumpville. So this is 2018. I'm gonna tell you this. What would I Google? Here, hold on. Epstein Island. Jeffrey self-portrait. Yeah. In this house, this is on Epstein's Island. This is like their temple that they called it. There were some pictures. What is that? That's not what I said. Images. Where's the picture? So inside this place, this got painted, by the way. There was a YouTuber that like snuck onto the island and they painted this all white. They took off the roof and there's only like mattresses inside of that building. Oh, is this it right here? Let's see. That's inside that temple, but there's a painting. I don't know if it's going to be on here or not because it's Google, but I wish I could just grab it quick. But right inside of this building, right when you walk in, right on this wall, behind that wall, there's a painting of Jeffrey Epstein. Oh, is this it? This is the current room. This is what it looks like right now inside. Oh, no, I'm sorry. This is a dentist's office with a bunch of masks. That was like in the first set of Epstein files. But, oh. I'm telling you, it's right inside here. Maybe it's in here. No. All right, well, it's there. Trust me. There's a released file that shows it. There's no like normal pictures inside of here, so I doubt it's on here. It's got to be like in the actual files itself. But yeah, that's real creepy. So instead of a picture of himself, maybe like this is right around the time. This is right around the time he was getting arrested. The second time or third time. So maybe like they was saying like, hey, get this out of here and let's put in a picture of me. I don't know. Just weird. Let's keep on going here. Our spy was captured after completing her mission. Martin Nowak. Did you torture her? Okay, let's look up Martin Nowak just for fun. He was finding spies, apparently. Harvard professor Martin Nowak. Interesting. Mathematics and biology. Viral dynamics. Well, I wasn't going to go into this right away, but I will now because I didn't realize he was the professor at Harvard. That's insane. Okay, well, so here's one of my articles here. Harvard Health Publishing. See, this is what happens. You go down a rabbit hole and then all this stuff just starts making sense. Let's look at this first. So, the power of the placebo effect. This is the placebo project. Does the placebo effect mean failure or success? Give yourself a placebo sweet spot. And you know what's crazy? The article changed. This is not that's so weird. Placebos often work because people don't know don't know they are getting one. What happens if you know you are getting a placebo? Let me type this in again. The placebo, because I looked this up before the video and it changed the section. That's weird. The placebo project. at Harvard. That's so weird. I'm tripping out a little bit because the project was searchable a second ago. Program in placebo. The program in placebo studies and therapeutic encounter at, yeah, there it is, Beth Israel Deaconess Medical Center and Harvard Medical School is a pioneering research center dedicated to understanding the placebo effect. Founded in July 2011, PIPS aims to bridge the gap between basic clinical and social sciences as well as humanities. The program focuses on interdisciplinary research that spans clinical care, neuroscience, molecular biology, and more. PIPs are supported by the NIH Career Awards and Fellowships program. The program seeks to establish itself as a hub for young researchers to develop careers in placebo studies, fostering collaboration and mentorship between senior and junior faculty. PIPS is also exploring the concept of the placebo dome, which refers to a network of genes that could influence medicine and clinical trial design. The research aims to understand how genetic variations in the brain's neurotransmitter pathways may modify placebo responses, offering insights into personal medical treatment and the impact of placebo drug interactions. The program's work is not only advancing medical knowledge, but also enhancing the art of medicine by providing rigorous knowledge that can bridge the gap between traditional medical science and the humanistic orientation of medicine. Okay, so what's scary here is this research aims to understand how genetic variations in the brain's neurotransmitter pathways may modify placebo responses. That is scary because he's probably one of the biggest scary things is the cloning aspect of all of this, where these basically, I think just Jeffrey Epstein's goal, one of his little side projects was making a designer baby where you could clone a baby, so therefore it's not human, and then the human sacrificing becomes a lot easier. That's just a story I'm telling. That's the hole that I went down. That's the route that I feel like I found. That's my thoughts. So that into account. Remember this program, right? Harvard Medicine and Bethel Israel Deaconess Medical Center, right? Okay, let's go backwards. Oh boy. Okay, yeah. Scientists create human embryos to make stem cells for the first time. Scientists have created embryos that are genetic copies of living people to make stem cells, which may help treat many diseases, but also raises concerns about human cloning. This is on Jeffrey's email. Right? This is just an ad, okay? Seems like a normal advertisement you may see somewhere, right? Genetic copies of living people and use them to make stem cells. A feat paves the way for treating a range of diseases. If replicated in other labs, the methods detailed Wednesday in the journal would allow researchers to fashion human embryonic system cells that are custom made for patients with Alzheimer's disease, diabetes, and health problems. Theoretically capable of reproducing themselves indefinitely, these stem cells could be used to grow replacement for a wide variety of disease cells. Good way to put it. The report also raises the specter that with a high quality donor egg, a bit of skin, some careful tending in a lab, and the womb of a willing surrogate, humans have cracked the biological secret to reproducing themselves. The report, I'm going to read that one more time because this is going somewhere, I promise you. This, again, I didn't realize this was even in here in this way. So here we go. The report also raises the specter that with a high-quality donor egg, a bit of skin, some careful tending in a lab, and the womb of a willing surrogate, humans have cracked the biological secret to reproducing themselves. Okay, breaking that down. Some careful tending in a lab. You could do that on an island. That'd probably be the best place to do it, right? If you're carefully tending and you need to step outside and feel chill for a second, you're on a freaking island. The womb of a willing surrogate. Willing? Do they have to be willing? They don't have to be willing, according to, I mean, if you're in Jeffrey Epstein's emails, then, I mean, you just need the womb of a surrogate for a sign. I mean, for legal reasons, this document, yeah, but it could be a non-willing surrogate, right? Humans may have cracked the biological secrets of reproducing themselves. What is, yeah, I need to know what specter means, sorry. Remember this guy, just emailing him about torture. Remember that. So specter, what does that word mean? Something widely feared as possible unpleasant or dangerous occurrence. Okay, back to that other email. The report also raises the fear that humans have cracked the biological secrets of reproducing themselves. Okay, so now that you see all of this, right? Like I've only read you articles so far. So one article I just Googled, the Harvard scientist we just found, this in his email, right? Okay, let's get into what he actually says about this. Laid my eggs today. How you doing? Laid my eggs today. How you doing? What? 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 I will say, like a lot of these emails, there's a lot of just one-liners that you're just like, what does that even mean? Okay, right? So that's something, right? Here's an email chain, or looks like a text message chain, iMessage. So it's an Apple phone. Here we go. And this is sender to himself. Sender to himself. He does this a lot too. But then it's the same text chain, but then there's two participants that aren't here. So what he says to himself, have asked, can we organize fresh blood test? We'd no fast, or Wednesday no fast, or Thursday fasting. Now the people included have asked, can we organize fresh blood test? We Wednesday no fast, Thursday fasting. Another Jeffrey sending this to someone named Moskowitz. Also, are you the person these girls should go to freeze eggs or Rosenwax? Which hospital are you associated with, and what group? Copies of the email. Sends to himself again. Questions the women asked. And then sends it to Moskowitz. Questions the women asked. There are several programs that do this. Melanie is out until Wednesday. She has the list. I work with all the hospitals, from Moskowitz. Sender unknown. There are several. Oh yeah, I mean it's. See, this is what it. Moskowitz unknown. Same thing. Also, same. Yeah, I don't know why I said that to himself again. We already talked about that. I'm not the person that freezes eggs. I'm with New York Hospital, but all IVF centers freeze. And then a picture of something. Okay, don't know who this is. I would love to work in the fashion shoot department of the magazine. Not writing. I'm not able. Not able to write. Not sure. But you told me to say any department. I would like to do more picture editing, fashion shoots, digital, or art director assistants. Assistant. Okay, from Jeffrey. Where's my sexy photo? No journalism. She gave me the option to choose a department that I like, and since you told me to say that any of them is good for me, if she says journalism, I cannot refuse it. What do you mean for sexy photo? Only for me, Jeffrey Epstein, to this unknown. Send him a sexy photo. While also helping her pick a class, while also looking for where eggs can be frozen. Can I change the answer telling her the departments I would like to work for? Like, yes, from Jeffrey. So, like, she needs every answer from Jeffrey, it looks like, or whoever this is. Sender unknown. Dear Vasi, I would like to learn the magazine business. I would be thrilled to work in the art direction, fashion shoot, digital photo editing departments, anything in the creative side that you thought meaningful to that end. Thank you for your response. I hope you enjoy your vacation. Okay, from Jeffrey. So it looks like she's emailing a like person that helps pick out classes, and Jeffrey's like CC'd or BCC'd on it or something. Gary Stoudemire, allergist, Mount Siani. I'm going to see Ash the urologist. My flight has a 5-hour delay. Good, call you when you can. Tired, I'm in. Don't know what that means. Whoops. Stock advice, not for 2-minute conversation. I will spend time as much as you want. Many thanks. Taking off now. 10 hours at the airport. Hey, Ash never returned the call to his assistant. Said sorry, doesn't do much with Dr. Anderson. No worries. Tell me what you need and I'll take care of it. Okay. So, I mean, there's a lot in there. Talking about eggs, talking about a bunch of stuff, bunch of fun stuff. Nicole Junkerman. Have to wait this cycle so early for October eggs. All good with you? New York, when eggs. When eggs. Have to wait this cycle. So early October for eggs. All good with you? New York, NY, when eggs. Happy Rosh Hashanah, my darling. What a weird. I mean, can you imagine? I can't even imagine sending these emails. All right. Epstein from great. Should we set up a time to talk? This guy. Oh, look. Was that the same guy? No, it's not. Different guy at Harvard. And the Bethel Israel thing for the placebo effect and getting these egg stuff going. Great. Should we set up a time to talk? It is. Dear Jeffrey, wanted to update you on our placebo initiative at Harvard. Remember we were just looking at that? I've been asked to start a Harvard-wide program in placebo studies, which will be hosted at the Bethel Israel Deaconess Medical Center. It will do basic clinical and social science research as well as scholarly work in placebo studies. We are situated in the major teaching hospital at Harvard and have already drawn commitments from over 20 faculty. Anne Harrington will be joining us. We recently published a psychological study of placebo in the New England Journal of Medicine and theoretical paper in the Philosophic Transactions of the Roy Sobey Tatching. We anticipate making some major breakthroughs in genetic of placebo effects. We're submitting our findings in the next days and have major studies in the pipeline. We're hoping that this program will establish placebo studies as an important component of medical research internationally. Here's our website. Ted, from Jeffrey Epstein. Ted, as you may know, I funded placebo work. As you may know, I funded the placebo work with Anne Harrington probably 15 years ago. I was one of the original on the MBB committee, being best friends with Henry Rachvatsky, then sent Anne to China, then more particle physics, Dalai Lama with Kosalin. What is a good time to call? Looks like Ted wrote with a bad blackout. Woody, thank you for your introduction to Jeffrey. Whenever you'd like to talk, I talk placebo most of the time. Tell me. All my work and the work of my laboratory is about placebo effects. We use multidisciplinary approach, basic clinical and social science, and collaborate with the humanities. We publish these in areas in some exciting news. Best, Ted. Jeffrey and Ted. This is an introduction to you two to each other. So this is Woody talking to Ted and Jeffrey. Jeffrey, Ted is deeply, he's actually in the process now. 10 years, personally affiliated. Ted, Jeffrey is a very successful investor, but the reason I am recommending he talk with you is that he has a brilliant scientific mind and is very interested in research, and recently has taken a keen interest in some far-reaching questions about the implications of the placebo response, partially stemming out of his surprise that I would believe in and use homeopathy. I think the two of you will enjoy each other's minds. What is homeopathy? I didn't look this up before. Homeopathy. 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 Pseudoscientific system of alternative medicine. Might just be an intro. Intro word. And neuropathy may appear similar, as they are in fact different. Neuropathy also has neuropathy medicine, combine different types of treatments. Okay, so that is just like that's just like a general like home. Yeah. Well, main gist of this is he's doing the placebo program, and that guy's in charge of it, so it's a little not exactly right, but at the same time, let's continue on this egg hunt. Leslie Graffy. One last thing. Oh God, this is crazy. All right, so I don't know what this means, but there are, like I mentioned before, there's so many like little code words in here. The ones that are most prevalent are pizza, grape soda's in there in weird ways, torture is not even hidden, hot dogs, jerky. Like they're all like meat names for the most part. Pizza, I think I said that already, but hot dogs, frozen, and a lot of requests for transport on different sizes of meat. So keep that in the back of your mind too. One last thing I will need, brought from NYC. In the white freezer in the downstairs kitchen of the 71st Street, there's packages of frozen hot dogs. J.E. Jeffrey Epstein would like to have hot dogs for lunch tomorrow, and these are the new hot dogs he likes. I'll take all the packages we have there, should be 2 or 3. They're called Zwiggles Pop Open Premium Hot Dogs. They are frozen and shouldn't be hard to transport. Please let me know that someone has found them. If not, I'll have to make other plans. I don't know about you. Hot dogs are good, but I've never set up a transportation of hot dogs. So let's see if this is an actual brand. Zweigels Pop Open Premium Hot Dogs. Zweigels Pop. There they are. Oh yeah, I've seen Zweigels before. Hey, it could just be popped or actual hot dogs, right? Please let me know if you found them. If not, I have to make other plans. You could just go to the store and buy them, right? So and so, can you can you buy the bread or direct someone to? I let Martmer know she will need to take the 3 loaves along with Jeffrey Epstein's wallet. We will need 3 loaves of Jeffrey Epstein bread total, 7 grain from Eli's. Aside from that, I believe we are good here. Francis and Bryce and blank. Do you need blank to bring you anything with her from New York? Apparently, Steve Hansen is flying out to see Jeffrey Epstein on the ranch this Friday, August 10th. Jeffrey Epstein wants Blank to fly with him. Steve is flying private, and I am awaiting the details. Blank will need to go to Westchester Airport on Friday, probably by turn. Burnt will bring Jeffrey's wallet and whatever else he may want to bring. Hot dogs. Blank will then fly to Hansen's private plane in the Hamptons to pick up Steve, and off they go to the ranch. I have nothing more to report at this moment. That sounds like a hell of a plan just to transport some hot dogs. Just something I saw. Jojo will bring your hot dogs. Smiley face. What time do you need me tomorrow? Again, Jojo will bring your hot dogs. And it's like, it has to be his hot dogs too. It's not like, hey, we got your favorite hot dogs at your ranch. It's Jojo will bring your hot dogs. So there's some personal level to his hot dogs. Maybe I'm thinking too much into it, but I mean, sure feels like they're not going to be, either they're eating something that is human or something that maybe Jeffrey made his own hot dogs similar to the brand or has a container with the label on it and it's human meat. This is a weird one too. I don't know if this is related because it was like editing like gene editing and all that stuff. So this one's actually funny. Well, in a dark way. I would tell Gates if I were you. This is from Jeffrey to Joy Ito. I would tell Gates if I were you. Like Bill Gates? Not confirmed, right? I would tell Gates if I were you that one science is the most exciting. Forget transgender, it's trans science. You can tell him that you and I have no interest in donor advised funds. Too complicated, but cutting edge. Brain stimulation, plant and human interaction, mathematics that can deal with millions of inputs, biology versus few inputs, physics needs to be developed. I told him he would have fun at the theory level instead of being under Melinda's thumb, fat thumb. Well, that confirms that this means Bill Gates, right? Melinda, ex-wife of Bill Gates. She got a fat thumb on this. I don't know what's up with that, but you can get lost in this stuff, I'm telling you. All right, so we went through the egg stuff. All real weird. Now let's talk about... Let me make sure. Oh, talked about that already, right? Yep. Talked about our little spy torture. So, I'm just going to go right down the line here for the rest of this. I didn't realize how long this is going to be. I thought this would be quick, but apparently I have a lot to say. So more messages. Next section. What a move. Doesn't say who from, but Jeffrey's on it. Sender Jeffrey to himself and two other people. What a move. I tell everyone I'm only the F&B person, food and beverage person. Best F&B director in the business. 9:30 BA leaving now. Well done. Push hard. If place needed, Paris apartment okay. Thanks. Sender Jeffrey. Great opportunity. Weak government everywhere. Saudi, Yemen, US, UK, France, etc. Often difficult to make deals with the weak as they are afraid of being seen as vulnerable. And Jeffrey, each sensitive to concessions, so a strong third party can take the brunt. Sender, our first Woody Allen appearance. Woody Allen to Woody Allen and Jeffrey. Did you buy the pink diamond at auction? It was 19 carats for $50 million, and if so, send it over as I will be home all weekend. From Jeffrey, it's a scam. Harry Winston brought it to increase the value of his pink diamond holdings. Good luck. Trick, make it personal. This is what I need, want, would appreciate. To probably Woody Allen, just guessing. Question mark from the person. Middle East people respect you more than the policies. Trump and you as head of a movement, they will do things for you rather than for the we. Mm. They're saying make it about me instead of everybody. Sends a link to the Crown Prince of Saudi Arabia. Or no. Sends a link of the killing connected to Mohammed bin Salman, Crown Prince, Saudi Arabia, CIA says today. Interest. Scottsdale, Arizona, you around Wednesday? Hi. Yes, we have one, and yes, Wednesday. My list is in the office. Yes, light the candle. Hello, sir. Please see the attached of Sophia's resume. I think you should have bought the pink diamond ring. It was exquisite. The color was amazing. I'll explain the scam when I see you. Woody's underwear is ready and gift wrapped. Friday, 30th? You're so sweet. Thank you. He will be elated. Even our housekeeper said that he needed more underwear. I was a little embarrassed. Smiley face. His birthday is actually December 1st. So, as you can see, his underwear is coming just in the nick of time. Smiley face. Dinner Friday, the 30th? Larry Summers, also birthday the 30th. I would like to invite him. That works for us. Just don't give Larry Summers Woody's underwear. Ha ha ha. Scale of 1 to 10, 9.5 plus. Still planning NYC, then DC. Question mark. Was it fun? At moments. Right now on the way to the airport. Ha! Best part of the trip? Tried. Yes. You hit all the points at Oxford. Accusation of racist, voter suppression, higher wage, good work. By the way, your close in protection guy needs tweaking. Spends too much time looking at his phone. Guy with goatee? Green jacket, goatee beard, guy on wall on your left as soon as you looked forward. I think they were live streaming the riot outside gate that we had to go back through to see when we could exit. 3 things. 1, no excuse. As it was the beginning of your talk, not relevant, and the most dangerous time. 2, in the streets, your guy wants sunglasses or glasses as people throw liquids at their faces to protect their eyes. 3, and during your talk, scanning the crowd. Need to keep you for next rounds. Got it. Right outside was serious. I was very aware in real time. Jeffrey. Guns not often used there, so not treacherous, but some of your other up-and-coming venues are less gentlemanly. I could, Jeffrey, and I couldn't tell if he had an earpiece. If not, we should upgrade equipment. Sorry, I take no prisoners. Agree. As some of your policies are really left, I might ask the question, did you agree with anything I've said? No? Do you believe in higher wages? Do you believe in reducing voter suppression? If they say yes, tell me what do we agree on? Pow. Sincerely, your cornerman. The woman 74 has a tumor on her ovary. 11 centimeters. There's a Mayo Clinic in Scottsdale. The woman 74. Why do they care about her ovary? Why are they naming her like a number? Why is that number so high? What about women number 1 through 73? I guess they're okay? Yes, best for this. I can assist. Thanks. Mother of former Obama White House counsel, Kathy Rummler. Mom, Patricia S. Rummler. Tell them email records to me and contact information. Done. Massage. And my wife was happy to see me more than usually. Just landed in Brussels. We have EU foreign ministers meeting here Monday. Question mark? Understood. Good afternoon, sir. Did you get Sophia's resume in my massage? Would you like me to email it to you also? All good. How are you? When you get time to brief me, give me 30 minutes notice. Tonight. Senate Intel Prep. Now. K. I'm good in New York City, working and exercising. How are you? Florida I. Question mark? 95% better. Great. Have fun in Florida. I'm in New York the 30th. Can you talk when you're free? Stand by. For how long? Probably the 29th through the 1st. I'm in North Carolina then. When Lewis appeared before Congress in 1993 to testify in favor of protection for children's television, Lamb Chop was granted permission to speak. Maybe you should bring Lamb Chop tomorrow. That's insane. Don't fuck with the chop. Are you up? I'm in AD Kuwait next 2 days, then KSA. See blank CNN yesterday, long interview. Finally did it. Okay, so, I mean, my main takeaway here is woman 74. What the heck? Sorry, that was a long one, but, I mean, you see, like, the ADD of these messages, they're all over the place. It seems like they're all just marching orders and compliments, or, like, issues that pop up. So, woman 74 has a cyst on her ovary. What's this about? I don't want to read this one because it's so long, but basically this lady had like a deal with Jeffrey. This is separate. Had like a art deal with Jeffrey, and then like the lawyers wouldn't pay her, and then she started getting a little bit more threatening, and then they finally paid, and then she kind of turned crazy. Like she just starts like sending all this shit to them that she found out about him. Like all these articles, and just keeps going. But then what's weird is like the lawyer keeps answering. Simone, why have we been given absolutely zero updates, and why have no settlement offers been provided? We know absolutely nothing. If I'm being discriminated against, I would like to know that the groundhog living in complete isolation is not only causing extreme financial hardship to rape and sex trafficking victims, but it is psychological torture. Have we not been through enough? Sends another. This is where it starts to get crazy. Checkmate. Sends all this stuff. Guys, I really need your help. So, I don't know. This one seemed a little iffy, but I mean, it's still psychotic to read. I'm going to just close that one. So, back to the eggs. So, woman 74, right? Woman 74. Bear with me here. I thought I had these in order. Okay. So, woman 74, damn, I don't have the article saved, but I don't have the article saved, but there's a girl that's talking to Jeffrey about the actual cyst and how she got it removed. And she's just like casually talking to him like he's part of the family. It's really weird. It's really, really weird. Maybe that was a true surrogate, but it seems like, I don't know. There was people that were sent to the island. Like, this is an example of how connected. There's a testimony of a girl who talks about trying to escape the island. Obviously, it's an island, so she's swimming. And on the very next text chain, there's a doctor giving his critique on other doctors that were at the island. And they were talking about how the victim had like high salt levels and hypothermia. And the doctor was saying that he doesn't trust the other doctors on the island to fix the problem. And it was probably the girl that got the girl out of the water, and she had hypothermia and too much salt in her system, and they were trying to make her better. So like, just the level of this shit's crazy. All right, so this one, we're gonna go into my last section here. I know it's been a long video, but this one is going to be kind of skeptical, but at the same time, very creepy. Let me start this out. So I went to fastslang.com, obviously. So the term grandma. In some cases, the term grandma may also be used as a euphemism for something else entirely, such as drugs or illegal activities. This usage further reinforces negative stereotypes about older individuals being out of touch and unaware of modern trends. But the term grandma used as a euphemism for something else entirely, such as drugs or illegal activities. Right? Keep that in the back of your mind. From Ron Altbeck. Your grandma, old as he is, has been giving annual uh, recitals, new repertoire every year. There were three small, meaning 50 seats, rectangle halls in piano stores on 58th Street between Broadway and 7th, but all closed. So me thinks, what about that nice grandson's house? Would it hold 50 people? Does he ever have musical evenings? Would he think about grandma inviting a bunch of elderly hoodlums? I know it's out there and unlikely, but before I give up for this season, I must ask. Give up to the season. Can't, I guess Ron is grandma in this situation, and Jeffrey is the grandson. Can't do it at his house, can do it. He's asking his son if he can do it. He's asking his grandson Jeffrey if he can do it at his house for 50 people. What does he think about Ron inviting a bunch of elderly hoodlums before he gives up for the season? Okay, next one. Don't know who this is, but to Jeffrey from... Oh, there you go. CC Jeffrey from Terry. A young Italian girl was going on a date. Her nana, grandma, said, "Sit here and let me tell you about this a young boy. He's gonna try to kiss you, and you are gonna like a dat, but don't let him do that. He's gonna try and kiss your breasts. You are gonna like that too, but don't let him do that to you. But most importantly, he's gonna try and lay on top of you, and you're gonna really like that, but don't let him do that for sure. Doing that will disgrace our family." With a bit of advice, the granddaughter went on her date. The next day, she told Grandma that her date went just like she had predicted, and Nana, "I didn't let him disgrace our family as you said. When he tried to lay on top of me, I just rolled him over. I got on top of him and disgraced his family." Nana fainted. Okay, right? Weird email. From that same guy, from this one. Ron Altbach, Jeffrey. "Thanks, Grandma." Just a thanks, Grandma. All right. Okay. To blank from Jeffrey Epstein. "Grandma looks better." Don't know who it's from. "Where are you? This house smells like Grandma. Grandma looks better." Don't know. That's strange, right? From blank to Jeffrey Epstein. "Grandma didn't want me after all. Was too stressful for her. She will take me in a few weekends. There is a meddlesome daughter-in-law gatekeeper. One has to go through for all of this. I stayed in town, spent a lot of time in the park, and went upstate yesterday for a swim instead. Am I meeting Leon on Wednesday? Did he visit Grandma or the country for sun?" Ron back again. "Someone should call to arrange it or directly with grandson. Old-fashioned music, Beethoven, two sonnets, and 3 Chopin ballads. About an hour, usually starts at 7. Great idea." That was a response to this one. Okay, to Karina Shulak. "Love it. Russian Brr is the best. Envoy de Mon. There it is, the grandma table. Still the same, nothing has changed." Weird. Okay. This last one to drive the grandma point home. And also Steve Bannon talking to Jeffrey, it looks like. Steve Bannon, Dan will get with you. Perfect. No worry, Grandma. Now Steve's the grandma. Okay. Sends an article. Sends a picture. Dig deeper. Is this New York Magazine story real? Yes, but not for text. Okay. Do your homework. Put someone on it. Guaranteed. Whoa. It's the Pope. Easy choice. Spoke to Dan Miro. Cool. Ukraine, Rudy is on the right track. Any chance you're coming to Europe? If we're doing prep, I'm there after Chomsky. Guardian. What are your thoughts? Super dangerous. Libra is not a currency. It is money, not the same. Cannot be used for taxes. Violates barter principles. Could take down financial systems in wrong hands. That's the reason I didn't pursue. My geopolitics cite China inroads and Djibouti highly dangerous. Base for African operations. 10K military and can close off Suez. Love the idea. Names on the wall. LOL. Big seller. Jeffrey Epstein plea deal must stand. Prosecutors tell sex abuse victims. Dude, is this real? Tell me this is real. Yep. Is that out anywhere yet? Miami Herald, but more and better July 9. Epic, epic, epic. Are we doing Tucson? My team, don't need you for this. Send an attachment. I've been busy. Whatever that is. Wow, wow, wow. Hate to be a pain on this, but I've got to deploy my guys if we are going to get this done in Tucson. Have you been in contact with him? I think Dan has. I mean, main thing is the power that he has. It looks like he's in charge of releasing these articles, right? It looks like he gets permission to release these articles and gives the news articles permission. But again, grandma again, right? Right? We talked about the slang term. Yeah, we talked about grandma. We talked about Altman talking about grandsons and grandmas. All right, here's the last email. Well, let's take a look at Ron Altman real quick. Ron Altman. Right? Who is this guy? Altback. Sorry, not Altman. Altback. Who is this guy? Ron Altback. Oh, he's dead. But being real weird with him. Co-founded French-American rock band King Harvest. Was a member of Celebration, a group led by the Beach Boys co-founder Mike Love. Whoa. Couple things here. Him being French lines up with probably knowing Woody Allen or Woody Allen wanting to meet him with Jeffrey. Secondly, later became the keyboardist for the Beach Boys and penned songs for the group. The other thing is, for those that don't know, is MK Ultra has connections to obviously like Charles Manson. He was most likely part of it. I think he was. I think the government actually said he was part of it. And Charles Manson's biggest obsession was trying to get famous through music, and was actually friends with one of the Beach Boys for a while. He would come party with Charles Manson. So that really creepy. Okay. Anyways, so we know who that is. We know who he is. Now, after all this grandma stuff, right? Grandma slang. Grandma may use a euphemism for something else entirely, such as drugs or illegal activities. The usage further reinforces negative stereotypes. Okay, this part. can be used as a euphemism for something else entirely, such as drugs or illegal activities. Now I showed you the Altman, I showed you Steve Bannon, I showed you some other random emails. Here's the last email from Ron Altbach. I am involved in international transaction with some younger foreigners, and they started calling me grandma spontaneously. One more time. I am involved in an international transaction with some younger foreigners, and they start calling me grandma spontaneously. Could be nothing. Could be something. It's been the show with Joe. Thanks for watching. And what the fuck?